Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about the Super Bowl and TV shows, timelessness, Star Trek. You know, the halftime show, the big topic that came out of that was people on social media talking about what generation it was aimed at. And when you really think about it, that's an interesting concept. A halftime show, music, being geared towards a specific point in time, right? A specific group of people. And when you think about it, what you find out is that that's kind of important because society changes so much, even in the course of one person's life. A halftime show's trendy, right? It's not going to stand the test of time. A lot of TV shows are like that. If you go back and watch some of the shows that you grew up on, there's going to be a few moments where you just cringe. There's going to be things that I guess we would call problematic, right? You're going to be like, wow, I didn't realize how racist this show was. Stuff like that. It'll happen. And then there's those true gems, right, that are timeless. They stand the test of time. And the reason there are those shows that have those takes that just make you cringe, for lack of a better word, it's because in the course of your life, society has changed that much. Something you didn't notice back then. Now, not just do you notice it, it's unacceptable because humanity does move forward constantly. Those timeless shows, those shows that you can watch them 30 years later and you don't really see much of those problems. One thing that you'll find is that most of them, well, they provided commentary on issues of today. Not issues of back then. Issues of today. They were that far ahead. They were looking towards the future, and they provided social commentary, even if it was very subtle, even if you may not have even got it at the time, because it may not have been a topic that was in the main discourse of the country, right? A good example of this is Star Trek. You know, there are a lot of people who are conservative who love this show. I don't know why. I do. Because it seems like it's like a army movie in space, right? You have the rank structure, the hierarchical structure. They're out there fighting the bad guys and colonizing. It seems like a conservative show until you realize that in most cases it's actively mocking a lot of closely held conservative beliefs. You're talking about a show that is set in a period when the earth doesn't have countries. You could say it's stateless. Where everybody has what they need because it's post-scarcity, right? So it's classless in a way. And they don't have money. There might be an ideology that could be defined by those three characteristics. And throughout all of the different versions of that show, it addressed social issues, sometimes subtly, sometimes pretty overtly. A good example is there's an episode with an android, and they're trying to decide whether the android has rights or it's just property of it's the Dred Scott case. It's what it is. And they worked it into a show. And unless you're paying attention, you may not even catch it. In one series, it's Deep Space Nine is the name of it. There's a character, and her name is Jadzia Dax. And it's cool because it sets up this dynamic from the beginning. Because when she shows up at the space station, well, everybody knows her as Curzon Dax. This guy, this brash warrior. They know him. And there's a plot device that allows this to happen. And so you may not see the obvious statements that were being made. And also, this is 30 years ago. A lot of these topics, well, they weren't exactly on network TV. But Jadzia, she has all these memories of when she knew these people as this man, Curzon. And she has to deal with, a lot of people coming up to her, oh, you're Curzon. No, it's Jadzia now. Dead naming, right? Topic we talk about today. And it goes through about, accepting that person as who they are now. And you watch characters shift in their view of this person, right? And here we are 30 years later trying to decide if it's okay for somebody to use the name they want. Timeless shows that aren't aimed at a generation, those shows, they typically give us the answer. Society changes over the course of your life, right? I mean, again, there are those shows that you watch and you're just like, man, I can't believe that. And you have that reaction because society as a whole has moved forward. It has changed its substance substantially. It's probably worth noting that if society did it, the individuals who make up that society, they did too. Or at least they should have. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.